And we invite Mandy to come down and offer our first reading.
The reading is from 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient. Love is kind. It doesn't envy. It doesn't boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protests, always hopes, always perseveres, never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put away the things of childhood behind me. For now, we see only a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, I am fully known. And now these things remain. Faith.
Day in Wales, Stuart met a beautiful Yorkshire lass named Rosemary. From the moment he saw her, her long brown hair, her blue eyes, and dimples, he was completely smitten. The feeling was mutual, and from that point on, they were inseparable. They wrote constantly when apart, and Stuart travelled to see her whenever he could. Eventually, he moved to Rosemary's hometown of Wakefield, working nights in a Swiss roll factory. What a treat for a cake lover. And saving every penny. It was there in Wakefield that he proposed. Stuart and Rosemary were married on the 14th of June 1964, one of the happiest days of his life. They began their life together in Horsforth near Leeds, buying their first home for £3,100, while Stuart worked as an English teacher at Bradford Grammar School. They later moved to Farnsfield in the Midlands, where Stuart taught at Nottingham High School, putting on many spectacular school productions. Stuart and Rosemary started their family in 1971 with the birth of their first child, me. After moving to Burton-upon-Trent, daughters Rachel followed in 1975 and Hilary in 1979. Stuart wanted more for his young family. He wanted us to live by the sea. So in 1980, we moved to the Isle of Wight, where he became head of English at Cowes School. After a short stay in Newport, we settled into his beloved bungalow on Baring Road. Stuart loved being a father. He taught us to ride bikes, took us on long walks, and we spent countless happy days on the beach. Alongside teaching, he also wrote books, one of which was published and is still used in schools today, something he was quietly very proud of. Like all lives, Stuart's was not without challenge. In the late 1980s, after years of carrying the grief of losing his sister, he went through a difficult period and had to step back from teaching. He also faced ongoing health challenges and at just 47, took medical retirement. Through it all, Rosemary stood beside him. Their bond deepened, and she loved him exactly as he was. Intelligent, witty, warm, and just a little bit cheeky. Stuart found new ways to express himself. He took up painting, showing real talent and selling many pieces locally. He and Rosemary enjoyed gentle walks with their dogs, Ben, Sam, and Freddie, and daily visits to their favourite cafe, where cappuccino and cake were always on the menu. Stuart had a gift for connecting with people. His warmth, wit, and charm drew people to him. Many a time, unknown women would approach Stuart at the supermarket wanting to talk, with Rosemary rolling her eyes. Stuart would say he didn't know why they did it and remarked, "I must have one of those faces." In 2007 came a new chapter, being a grandfather. Stuart welcomed Alfie, Daniel, James and Harry into the world. And Phoebe. Sorry, did I miss Phoebe? Sorry. I suddenly realised I left you to last. He adored his grandchildren, and they brought him enormous joy. But life brought further heartbreak. In 2015, his beloved Hilary passed away after a battle with cancer. Then, just a year later, Rosemary, his wonderful wife, also passed away. These losses affected Stuart deeply, and yet, with quiet resilience, he carried on. He returned to his faith and became a regular at All Saints Church in Gurnard, where he found friendship and community, especially in his dear friend Mandy, who meant so much to him. He continued to live as fully as he could, playing the piano, learning the saxophone and guitar, painting, and sharing his humour and stories. In 2020, Stuart was diagnosed with dementia, another challenge he faced with determination. With the support of Mandy, his family, and his carers, he continued to enjoy church and social groups that brought him so much happiness. Now I'd like to share a few words from Stuart's close friend, Mandy. Stuart had a great mind and an even greater character. He was talented in many ways, but always most interested in other people. He encouraged me to pick up my saxophone again, an instrument I hadn't played since my teens. He even arranged lessons in his home. My mother would come along and listen, and Stuart would always ask her what she thought. Her answer was usually the same: terrible. But Stuart persevered and gave me back the gift of music, which I still treasure. Around this time, Stuart joined the Elephant Club, and what a gift he was there. His spirit, humour, enthusiasm, and contributions brought so much to those afternoons. He made us laugh, really laugh, and he is greatly missed. Stuart was also a regular at church, often playing his saxophone, and later the tambourine as his Alzheimer's progressed. He took part in everything: Bible study, coffee mornings, circle dancing, sing-alongs, even sing-along bingo, and he embraced it all with warmth and enthusiasm, and of course, a love of cake. I often called him my big brother, and I know my family will miss him too. Thank you, Mandy, for those really, really lovely words. And now returning to Stuart's story. During Stuart's later years, his daughter Rachel became a constant source of support, and their bond grew especially strong. In January 2026, Stuart made the difficult decision to move into a nursing home, leaving behind the home and life he loved. Sadly, his health declined quickly, and on Friday the 17th of April, Stuart passed away peacefully with Rachel and I by his side. We like to think this was Stuart's moment, a man who had lived fully as a scholar, a teacher, a musician, a husband, a father, a grandfather, and an artist, knew when it was time. Time to rest, time to be reunited with his departed loved ones. Stuart leaves behind a legacy of intelligence, humour, creativity, resilience, and above all, love, felt not only by his family, but by the many friends whose lives he touched. He will be deeply missed by all who knew him, and especially by his family, who carry his memory with him always. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. I just want to take 2 quick minutes, not a full sermon, although I will have you know that Stuart did tell me that he enjoyed my sermons. So contrary to popular belief, friends, I was reflecting on today, and I was looking at this last hymn, Bread of Heaven. Guide me, O thou great Jehovah, pilgrim through this barren land. I am weak, but thou art mighty. Hold me with thy powerful hand. Stuart's life was quite a pilgrimage. I mean, it spanned various places in the United Kingdom and ended up here on the Isle of Wight. His life was quite a pilgrimage, full of ups and downs, as you heard in the eulogy. Stuart dealt with beauty and ashes throughout his life. And this line of the song, I am weak, but thou art mighty,